Hi everyone, this is a quick tutorial on Bunker 2 Agent for 24. I'm not going to pretend I know how to get 23, but we're going to look at a 23 as well. First, let's watch my 24. So, you watch the whole first cutscene, just all the way through, skip the second cutscene immediately and pause. Pause as soon as you can. One little thing that I do that you don't have to do, one little thing that I do that you don't have to do. I don't think it saves any time, as far as I know. It may or may not. Why is that? Oh, need to frame by frame. Okay. So I look down before I start pausing. It's technically the angle that you're looking at changes how fast the pause comes out, but I don't think it actually necessarily saves time. It's something that I think some of the 23s do, and some people do, but it's just kind of personal preference. I can't say whether or not it saves time. But anyway, pause, take out the watch magnet attract, and then you hold Z out of pause to start the attract instantly. So just hold Z here. I like to see up straight to the cell door, and then you. So as soon as you hit the cell door here, I press A, and you want to be letting go of Z at this point, so that it, because otherwise the switch might get messed up. So I let go of Z as soon as I hear the sound start. I press A right when I hit the cell door, and you switch. See, my ammo disappeared here. And the attract still goes even when you're switched away from the attract, as long as it started. And then you just wait until you get the key. So you just kind of get a feel for it when you're gonna pick up the key. You can maybe react to it. I just kind of know when it's gonna happen, and I do it basically frame perfectly here. So you turn to the right and you press B to open the cell door. And then what I like to do is I like to turn left kind of slowly and jam myself in this little gap here. And I kind of slowly turn such that I'm facing like perfectly this way when I break free of the cell door. And at this point, right about here is when you want to start holding Z for the slap. And then you turn such that you're perfectly going parallel to the cell door, maybe a little bit right. And you want to hold the stick either up or down, depending on whether you play inverted or upright. You want to hold it up or down, so that you're looking at the floor, but you're also like look at the floor. And it's kind of hard to turn while you're doing this. It's just kind of get a feel for it. But ideally, you should hit this guard and you should die instantly. Another thing that I didn't mention, I'm not sure if there's like good or bad cinemas. I'm not actually sure, but ideally you see this guy walking along right before you pause. You might just want to pause out if you don't see him walking. I'm not 100% sure. Like sometimes he'll be in an okay spot even if you don't see him walking like that. But if you see him walking like that, usually he'll be in a good spot for you to slap him. So yeah, just hold Z. Turn just so that your line is like perfectly parallel to all these lines on the floor, and you aim for him, and you're holding down this whole time, and ideally he dies. And this is just something you have to get a feel for. Now, one of the cool parts is this is Natalia's cell door. You have to open it. Ideally, what you can do is you can just mash B on this door, and she completes even if you close it again. So as long as you open it once, it's completely fine. Just mash B as fast as you can. as you're running by. Maybe turn a little bit to the left just so that you you make sure that you're pressing on it. But ideally, you just go straight and hope it opens. And you should be able to hear if it opens. Let's listen. So yeah, the second little door opening noise starts right there, and that's how you know that Natalia is going to complete. So this whole start is just kind of feel. Oops. So yeah, you do this turn, parallel, slap, mash B, and then that's the very start. Now the rest of the level, you want to aim ideally for the middle of this door. I get a pretty decent door open there. You just do it like a normal door, you know. We'll just watch. So this door open and go through. Ideally, you hit this guy. It doesn't really matter because you should get the KF7 from the first guy, and you don't need this guy's ammo really. So I hit the slap on him, but I don't get his KF7 for some reason. I might have been looking at a weird angle, maybe looking too far up. I'm not 100% sure. But sometimes you'll hit him and you don't get the KF7, that happens. But it doesn't really matter. As long as you have a KF7, you're completely fine. So as soon as you finish a slap on that guy, whenever you want, take out the KF7. I like to take it as I'm coming around that corner, just on the off chance that I take the corner too shallow or something and I warp the corner. That's kind of dumb. So you got your KF7 out. You come along here. You're going this way. You want to kind of aim just for the right of this guy and start firing. I'd say ideally you start firing right between this post on the wall and this guy. You start like firing right in the middle. So you'll see. Yeah. So when I'm standing right around the middle of them, I start firing. Go just to the left of him, or just to the right of that guy. I kill him. It doesn't matter. Again, you can do the whole thing in 20 bullets. It's not a big deal. So I got his ammo there. I take maybe not the best line up here, but it doesn't really matter because you still got to wait for the keycard guard later. And then I take another bit of a wide turn, but open this door. I am opening the door myself. That's an important note. If you start shooting early, the guards in that tape room will open the door for you. And if your timing's kind of off a little bit, you might try to open the door at the same time as they do, and then it just gets closed, and it's a big, stupid mess. But if you start firing where I am, ideally, the keycard guard gets lured all the same, and the tape guards don't get lured fast enough to open the door for you, and you open it yourself, which is perfect. So I open the door here myself, and I'm C-upping. I just C-up, kill these guys. Just aim straight for the center of mass. One body hit kills. You should get through them pretty cleanly. It's not that hard. And C-up straight for the tape. This is all, like I said, you're kind of capped by how fast the keycard guard runs, and you just need to be there to meet him. So as soon as you hit the tape, hold left strafe and turn away. This is probably pretty hard if you're on a bad stick. This stick that I was on might have been bad. I don't actually know. I can't remember what stick I got this on, but this turn might look ugly. It's not too bad. So as soon as I'm over here, I switch to right strafe. It's like right around here I switch to right strafe. And you just want to hug this wall as close as you can. You might want to start firing a little early, like start firing like right around here or something. It doesn't really matter. You just want to be able to hit this guy, right? Uh, I start firing a little late, and I take a kind of an awkward line to him. I think I do it in right strafe. You might want to right strafe and then start C-upping towards him as soon as you pass this corner. Already firing. As long as you get him, and it's pretty decent, then you should be good. So turn right away from him and hug this corner without getting stuck. This corner especially will get you stuck, so you might want to I go a little bit to the right of it, just being safe. Then you just aim straight for the middle of the glass door, and you run, and this guard kind of gets in my way. So I kind of do the warps differently than everybody else, because when I got this time, I didn't know how to back switch. So I press A right about here, and then B, and I try to do an A before B warp on the glass, and I would get some really good warps, but on this one, unfortunately, I missed the warp, mostly because I was kind of freaked out by this guy just running into my vision all of a sudden. But I managed to avoid him. Oops. Once again, I managed to avoid him. And I got a boost, which was probably what saved this as a 24, to be honest. The run was really clean up until this point. Maybe the keycard guard could have been better. This warp, obviously I missed it, but that doesn't lose as much as missing this warp at the end. Glass warps loses a couple tenths, maybe like 0.5 or something. Not 100% sure. Anyway, you want to run, and I do B and then double tap A, and warping to double clobs on this door should be automatic. You shouldn't miss this, really, basically ever. It's very easy if you're doing it correctly. Just make sure that you're getting this all the time. And it's especially bad if that's where you're losing 24s. You don't want to do that. So just make sure you get that warp consistently. That's a good little technical skill you should have at this point if you're trying for this time. Is being able to warp that consistently. So let's watch it one more time. See up, open this door, slap this guy, miss. Switch to KF7, start shooting. See up these guys. Turn left to right. Kill that guy. Warp the glass. Run on the end. Warp the last door. That's 24. Obviously it's not the greatest 24 in the world, but it shows you that you can miss a warp and still get 24, even not being a great player. So that's basically about it. I'll show you Ace's 23 because it's the best looking 23, the best recorded 23 anyway. He has music on, so that might be a little better, more enjoyable. So he also looks down before pausing at the beginning. You see up just like I did. You switch away. He switches away a little earlier than I do. He switches actually, I think he starts to pause and then takes a little bit longer to start moving. But it doesn't really matter. He's Ace. He can do what he wants. Again, you want to be just about facing like this. Right when you break free, start holding Z, slap this guy just perfectly, and open Italia's door. He takes a line a lot further to the right than I do here, which is probably best. And he aims just for the right of this door so he can open it earlier and get through cleanly. Slaps the guy. He gets his ammo. He actually gets this guard charging, walking forward and charging. and he very cleanly ducks to the left to avoid him. He takes this line a lot better than I do. Takes this line a lot better than I do. Opens it. He opens the door like right about here. And then he strafes the tape room. So he's strafing here, I believe. And then he strafes away and left, doing this a lot cleaner than I ever did. And then he basically gets outside of the room before he switches into the right strafe. And then let's see what he does. He starts shooting. Oh, he starts shooting later than I do even. And I think he C-ups here for a Yocto or something. Yeah, I think he's C-upping here for like 2 frames, and he turns away. He gets a boost right about here. Yep. All the 23s have a boost. I don't know if 23 is impossible without a boost. I feel like I heard Luke got a 23 fail with no boost. I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, he does. So here's the actual strat, right, for these doors. What everybody does except for me. You basically press A, B, and Z all at the same time, and you back switch, and you should get a really good warp here on this class, a lot more consistently than I ever did it. So don't listen to the strat that I told you before. This is how you want to do it. So you back switch to double clob from KF7. I believe that's just a single back switch. I'm not 100%. I believe it's a single back switch. From KF7 to double clob, and then as soon as you get the warp, forward switch back to KF7. So you're in KF7 again. Then you walk up here, open the door, and then back switch to double clob again. Because the idea is that since double clob has the most polygons of any gun model that you can get in this level, or that you get in this run, it's the best to warp to by far. So you warp to double clob, and if you get a boost and everything goes perfect and you're a god at strafing, it's a 23. But I don't recommend that you go for 23. There's a reason that the 4 people who have it are the only ones who have it. So that's about it. I think I had one more thing to mention, if I can remember it. Let me watch one more. Yeah, I don't think I had anything to mention, so good luck getting 24. Yeah, I can't believe there was no tutorial on this before, but hopefully this helps. And ask me if you have any questions or if I didn't explain anything very well. See ya.